Beneath the lifeless, an endless sea of sand and silence hides a world of survival through violence, and every creature that thrives here has evolved to be dangerous. Here are the 10 most dangerous creatures in the desert. Number 10. Western Diamondback Rattlesnake, native to the scorching deserts of the southwestern United States and Mexico. This serpent is famous for one thing: that bone-chilling rattle. Those keratinized scales at the tip of its tail create a warning sound that saved countless lives, but also announced countless deaths. Growing up to 7 feet long, this desert dweller packs a venom cocktail of hemotoxins and proteolytic enzymes that's nothing short of horrifying. When this snake strikes, its venom immediately begins destroying tissue at the cellular level. We're talking massive internal bleeding, necrosis so severe that limbs can become weak within hours, and without treatment, amputation becomes the only option to save your life. Number 9. Hyena. Spotted hyenas inhabit the dry and semi-desert regions across Africa, living in highly intelligent matriarchal clans. And get this, they possess one of the most powerful bite forces in the entire animal kingdom. We're talking jaws that can crush elephant bones like they're breadsticks. Standing about 3 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing up to 190 pounds, these carnivores are built for endurance and power. Their social structure rivals that of primates in complexity, with sophisticated communication systems and coordinated hunting strategies. But why are they on this list? During drought conditions when food becomes scarce, hyenas transform from opportunistic scavengers into aggressive predators. Historical records document nighttime raids on livestock, and yes, occasionally humans. In some African villages, people still fear the hyena's cackle in the darkness, and for good reason. Number 8. African lion. Now you might be thinking, lions in the desert? Oh yes. Certain lion populations have adapted to desert margins in Namibia's Namib Desert and the southern Sahara. Standing up to 4 feet at the shoulder and weighing over 400 pounds, they've learned to survive in one of Earth's most inhospitable environments. They hunt primarily at night when temperatures drop, conserving precious energy and water. And their hunting strategy? Pure coordinated lethality. Operating in prides, they use sophisticated ambush tactics refined over millions of years. A single swipe from a lion's paw generates enough force to break a human spine. While attacks on humans are relatively rare, they do occur near settlements, particularly when prey becomes scarce. And when a 400-pound apex predator decides you look like dinner, your odds aren't good. Number 7. Dromedary Camel. Standing up to 8 feet tall and weighing over 1,300 pounds, camels are walking freight trains. But here's what most people don't know. During mating season, male camels become violently aggressive, driven by testosterone surges. Records from the Middle East and India document numerous fatalities every year. These aren't just kicks or bites. We're talking about victims being crushed under the camel's massive weight, trampled repeatedly, or having their skulls crushed by powerful jaws. Behavioral scientists attribute this violence to hormonal changes during rut, combined with stress from captivity and poor treatment. So next time you think about that cute camel ride in the desert, remember, you're sitting on top of a potential killer. Number 6. Egyptian Cobra. Growing up to 8 feet long, this desert dweller thrives in oases and dry savannas across North Africa and the Middle East. Its distinctive hood and imposing posture have made it a symbol of power and danger for thousands of years. But it's the venom that truly earns this cobra its fearsome reputation. Primarily neurotoxic, it attacks the nervous system with surgical precision, causing progressive paralysis that creeps from the bite site toward the chest and diaphragm. Without treatment, victims experience respiratory paralysis within hours. Your lungs simply stop working while you remain fully conscious. It's a death Cleopatra herself supposedly chose. Suicide by cobra bite remains one of history's most famous exits. Modern antivenom has significantly reduced fatality rates, but in remote desert regions where medical care is hours away, the Egyptian cobra remains an absolute death sentence. Number 5. Black widow spider. Don't let its small size fool you. This arachnid packs one of the most potent venoms of any spider on Earth. Female black widows, identified by that iconic red hourglass marking on their glossy black abdomen, inhabit dry desert environments across the Americas, Africa, and Asia. They're typically only about 1.5 inches long, but that's plenty of real estate for nightmare fuel. The venom contains alpha-latrotoxin, a neurotoxin that causes something medical professionals call latrodectism. This isn't your average spider bite. We're talking about an overwhelming neurotransmitter release that triggers violent muscle spasms, severe abdominal cramping, tachycardia, and pain so intense, victims describe it as electric shocks coursing through their entire body. While modern medical treatment has made fatalities rare, especially in developed countries, the experience is traumatic. And here's a disturbing fact: the female sometimes eats the male after mating. Talk about a black widow. Number 4. Horned viper. This snake is instantly recognizable by those distinctive horn-like scales protruding above its eyes, a feature that's both menacing and practical. Scientists believe these horns protect the viper's eyes from blowing sand during desert storms. But it's the viper's hunting strategy that's truly remarkable. Using a locomotion technique called sidewinding, it moves across scorching sand with minimal body contact, preventing burns while maintaining speed. Then, it buries itself almost completely beneath the sand, leaving only those horned eyes exposed, waiting with infinite patience for prey to wander past. When it strikes, the hemotoxic venom goes to work immediately, destroying red blood cells and dissolving tissue at the bite site. Victims report intense burning sensations that spread rapidly, followed by systemic bleeding. Without prompt medical intervention, limb loss becomes likely, death becomes possible. The horned viper's sand-colored scales provide perfect camouflage. You could step within inches and never see it until it's far too late. Twist section. Now here's where things get interesting. We've been counting down the most dangerous desert creatures, focusing on venom, size, and aggression. But here's the shocking truth. The desert itself has spent millions of years engineering these animals into perfect killing machines. Not out of malice, but out of necessity. Think about it. The desert offers no second chances. Temperatures swing from 120 degrees Fahrenheit during the day to below freezing at night. Water is virtually non-existent. Food is scarce. In this environment, evolution doesn't reward the gentle. It rewards the efficient, the lethal, the absolutely merciless. That's why desert venom is so potent. There's no energy to waste on prolonged struggles. That's why camouflage is so perfect. You only get one shot at prey or defense. That's why bite forces are so devastating. You need to guarantee the kill or guarantee your escape. The desert didn't create monsters. It created perfection. And we humans? We're just soft-skinned intruders in a world where only the supremely adapted survive. Number 3. Saw-scaled viper. Averaging only 20 to 28 inches in length, this is a relatively small snake. But make no mistake, this diminutive serpent is responsible for more human deaths than any other snake species on Earth. Found across the arid regions of Africa, the Middle East, and South Asia, the saw-scaled viper earned its name from the serrated scales along its body. When threatened, it coils into a C shape and rubs these scales together, producing a distinct sizzling warning sound. It's the desert's version of a rattlesnake's rattle, and just as deadly to ignore. Curiosity loop. But wait, before we continue, here's something that'll blow your mind. Did you know that its venom is so complex that it contains over 90 distinct protein toxins? Paradoxically, this same deadly venom has been transformed into multiple life-saving medications that prevent heart attacks and monitor blood clotting during critical surgeries. This snake's venom has given us echostatin, a potent anticoagulant, echorin, used in clotting time tests, and aggrastat, commercially known as tirofiban, which prevents heart attacks in coronary artery disease patients. Nature's deadliest toxins are being reverse-engineered to save millions of lives. Research reveals it contains over 90 distinct protein toxins across 15 venom protein families, including snake venom metalloproteinases, phospholipase A2, SNACLEX, and serine proteases. This biochemical nightmare acts synergistically to cause massive internal bleeding, tissue necrosis, coagulation defects, hemorrhagic shock, acute kidney injury, and disseminated intravascular coagulation, Basically, your blood simultaneously clots and won't clot, leading to catastrophic organ failure. A lethal dose for an adult human is approximately 5 milligrams. The saw-scaled viper can inject up to 12 milligrams in a single bite. Without immediate anti-venom and intravenous fluids, mortality rates reach 20%. Number 2. Inland Taipan. This elusive Australian native inhabits the remote, arid interior regions of the continent. Growing up to 8 feet long, the Inland Taipan has a remarkable adaptation. It changes color seasonally. Darker in winter to absorb heat, lighter in summer to reflect it. But let's talk about what really matters: the venom. Each bite contains enough neurotoxin and myotoxin to kill 100 adult humans. The venom cocktail attacks on multiple fronts simultaneously. Neurotoxins shut down nerve transmission, causing rapid paralysis. Myotoxins break down muscle tissue, including your heart. Hemotoxins cause internal bleeding throughout your body. And here's the incredible part. Despite being the world's most venomous land snake, there are very few human fatalities from Inland Taipan bites. Wonder why? Because these snakes are incredibly shy, inhabit extremely remote regions, and actively avoid human contact. The Inland Taipan is proof that the most dangerous creatures aren't always the most aggressive. Sometimes the deadliest simply choose not to kill. Number 1. Deathstalker Scorpion. And here we are. The number 1 most dangerous creature in the desert. The Deathstalker Scorpion. Known scientifically as Leiurus quinquestriatus, this slender, pale yellow arachnid inhabits the deserts of North Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and Western Asia. Growing up to 3 inches long, it doesn't look particularly impressive. That's exactly what makes it so deadly. The Deathstalker is nocturnal, hiding under rocks or burrowing during the day to avoid heat. Its exoskeleton has an eerie transparency that makes it appear almost ghost-like under ultraviolet light. But it's when the sun sets that this creature earns its terrifying name. The venom is purely neurotoxic, containing chlorotoxin, neurotoxin peptides, and serotonin derivatives that interfere with nerve transmission and muscle function. The sting causes immediate, excruciating pain. Victims describe it as being struck by lightning. In healthy adults, symptoms include severe pain, convulsions, high fever, increased heart rate, and hypertension. Unpleasant? Absolutely. But in children, the elderly, or those with compromised immune systems, the Deathstalker lives up to its name. The venom causes respiratory failure within hours. Your diaphragm and chest muscles seize up, and you slowly suffocate while fully conscious. It's a death sentence wrapped in a 3-inch package. Curiosity loop. Did you know that paradoxically, scientists are currently using its venom to develop revolutionary treatments for one of humanity's most devastating diseases, brain cancer? How can the same toxin that causes convulsions, fever, and death in hours also hold the key to targeting and destroying glioma cells? Chlorotoxin from the Deathstalker's venom is currently being studied as a targeted therapy for glioblastoma, one of the most aggressive and deadly forms of brain cancer. Scientists are developing drugs that use chlorotoxin to guide cancer-fighting molecules directly to tumor cells, potentially revolutionizing brain cancer treatment. The creature that brings death might also deliver life. That's the paradox of nature's most dangerous desert dweller. So there you have it, the 10 most dangerous creatures in the desert. Which of these 10 creatures terrifies you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you enjoyed this countdown and learned something new about the incredibly dangerous wildlife of our planet's deserts, hit that subscribe button so you never miss our deep dives into nature's most fascinating extremes.